Hello, all. A warm welcome to all of you in the 15th session of Chess with Gaurav Bakliwal, Season 2. I am Tanisi Vats from Pune, India. It is my privilege and honor to be the volunteer for today's session. Today, the game 1 was played in Germany between Ralph Ranau and Schmidt in 1972. This game is described by experts as too good to be a real game. It is an outstanding attacking game by Raz and is a real treat to watch. After that, Gaurav sir will show us an amazing move of the day, which is considered as a masterpiece and almost impossible to find. So, without wasting much time, I would like to invite our own Gaurav sir to take the session forward.
Okay, very well done, Tanishi. Very nice introduction, very nice encouraging. Good evening, audience. Good evening, everyone. I welcome all of you for the 15th session. So, how are you guys feeling? Enjoying the session? Looking forward for an attacking game today. It's an out and out attacking game I have chosen for you. And as Tanishi mentioned, it is too good to be a real game. This game is actually described by experts as too good to be a true game or a real game. It sounds or it looks more like a puzzle type of situation. And that is why I have chosen this game. Although the players are not very renowned or not very top 10, top 15 type of players. And this game was played in Germany. So I will just share the game with you. Okay, and we'll enjoy this game. And since it is a very small game, I have chosen two games for you. And that is why, if you notice, Tanishi said today's game one. If you notice, today's game one. So that means we will have two games today. And I will tell you move of the day. I will discuss the homework puzzle which nobody has answered. मेरे पैसे बच गए हैं 300 रुपए बच गए मेरे किसी ने आंसर नहीं किया है and I'll give you a homework puzzle for today. तो करें क्या ऑडियंस कौन कौन आया लेट मी सी शार्वी इज हियर विद अस Tanishi is of course there as volunteer. She has got the superpower today. She can unmute whenever she wants. Pradosh is there. Okay. Arisha is there. Ravinder is there. Okay. And who else? Rishabh is there. Oh ho. So Ravindra and Rishabh, both the centurions for the test match at England. Ravinder Jadeja and Rishabh Pant. Okay, so who else? Saket, are you there? Yes, Saket is there. Shreya is there. Tanmay has joined us. Arjav is there. And of course, Aarti ma'am. Okay, very nice audience today. So let's start. So this game was played between Rolf Runau versus Skimmett in 1972. And it's a out and out attacking game. Too much of attack. So let's see the game. E4, knight c6. So audience, can anyone please tell? Can you write in chat? E4, knight c6. What is the name of this opening? You can do, of course, Google if you want, no problem. E4, knight c6. Tanishi is right. Well done, Tanishi. But you can speak up. Tanishi, you have got power today.
Scandinavian, sir?
Yes, Tanishi is right. Saket is writing Nimzovich opening. Well done, Nimzovich opening. Okay. Who else? E4, knight c6. You can Google if you want. Just Google what kind of opening is E4, knight c6. What is the name? You will get the answer. So it is Nimzovich defense as well. And it is Scandinavian defense as well. Both are correct answers. Both are correct answers. So let's see the game. D4, D5. And now the game has changed completely to Scandinavian center counter gambit and so on. So ED5, queen into D5. Now coming back to this position, one of the variations here is E5, which can get converted to some line of some ideas of French defense as well. E4, E6, D4, D5. So after E5, black will obviously take out his bishop on F5, C3, e6, knight e2, f6, trying to break the center, f4, h5, knight g3, bishop g6, and after bishop to d3, knight e7 is slight better position for white. Slight better for white. This is one of the ways of playing this opening. The other way is what happened in the game e5, which is perfectly natural, perfectly logical move. And after queen into d5, knight to f3. There is no hurry to play c4 or knight c3. There is no hurry. These moves are in our hand. We can play after a move. No hurry. Right. So after knight f3, bishop g4, bishop e2, triple O. So far so good. Black is doing well. So far there is no problem. Black is doing okay here, and these are correct moves so far. Now white played the move c4, attacking the queen, trying to get the space in the center. Now black has got two options. One is to play queen f5, and the other is to play queen h5. These are the two options with black here. Queen to f5 or queen to h5. So if you play queen f5, which is again not bad move, of course, which is very logical, the game might continue bishop e3, developing a piece, bishop into d4, trying to capture the center pawn. And after bishop into queen check, and after bishop e2, we have c5 with exactly equal position, exactly equal. The piece is again going because the rook is now pinning the queen. The bishop is pinned and it is attacked by pawn. So we gave a piece, we captured the pawn, and we are taking the piece back, and it's exactly equal position because black's pieces are inside. So black might have one pawn extra in the center, which will compensate for that. So coming back to the game, my dear friends, queen to h5 was played in the game, which is, I would say, slight inaccuracy. Slight. Queen f5 is, of course, as I told you, is the exact move here. But no problem, nothing major problem here. Now, after d5 was played by white, here comes the first mistake of the game. So before I tell you what was played in the game, can audience please tell me in the chat what is the most logical move of black here? Black को क्या करना चाहिए इस position में? Most logical move. इस position में अभी तक black को कोई problem नहीं. Let me tell you, it is almost equal position, but you have to play a correct move. ऑडियंस आप चैट पे लिखिए. तनिशी, यू कैन स्पीक एनी टाइम व्हेनेवर यू विश. ब्लैक के हिसाब से क्या मूव है यहाँ पे? नाइट b8. ओके. नाइट b4. ओ हो.
So bishop f3.
बिशप f3. ओके. वेल डन ऑडियंस, कम ऑन. Black should take piece out as obviously white can't capture. Very good idea written by Sharvi. तो चलना क्या चाहिए? कौन सा पीस बाहर निकालें? नाइट f6, नाइट h6, क्या चाल चलें? कौन सा पीस निकालना है? Knight f6 is what she's saying. Tanmay is also telling knight f6. Nice audience, very nice. Okay. तो इनका ऐसा कहना है कि अभी white इसको मार तो सकता नहीं है. White cannot capture because it is pinned, and you guys are absolutely right. Now Saket has written a very good move here. The best move here is pawn e6, attacking the pawn on the center, and as it is you can't capture because rook is pinning this pawn. E6 is the best move here, and trust me guys, it is almost equal position had black played e6. So the game might continue. Castle, pawn into h3, bishop into queen to e5, pawn into d5, knight d4, bishop g4 check, and f5. Exactly equal position. No problem. White has no advantage. Black has no advantage. This is the way the game would have proceeded, probably. And this d5 pawn is weak, but then the knight will come out, the bishop will come out as well, and your pieces are slide inside still. So I would say almost equal position. In this position, knight c3 will be played by white, and he will give this piece because after rook e1 and queen into pawn check, this knight is again going. So it's almost equal position. The game should have proceeded in the manner E6 is the best move. Well done, audience. Very good. So what happened in the game is first mistake of the game by black, bishop into knight. Mistake number 1. So why it's a mistake? Because once I capture here, I am again trying to capture your queen, and look at your queen. You are moving your queen again and again, and you have to move it again, and your pieces are still inside. So you are moving one piece more than twice, thrice, and again without development of your pieces. And slowly and gradually, white will punish you. And I'm sure you'll enjoy this game like anything. So after queen to e5 check, bishop e3 is the simplest of the move to avoid the check. And now, audience, what is a good move here? Please write in chat. Your pieces are inside. Please take them out. What is the good move here? E6 is written by Saket again. E6 is written by Ajmal. And I would like to thank Ajmal for attending the session. And of course, Pradosh for attending the session, because when people like Ajmal, Pradosh attend the session, it becomes a global session. It's a global session. Ajmal is from Dubai and Pradosh is from USA. Right. So E6 is what they are suggesting. Knight F6 is suggested by 2-3 people. And E6 is also suggested by people. Wow, what a nice audience. What a nice audience. But what about queen into B2? क्या लगता है आपको? Is it a good move or not? कौन मर रही है? हाथी अटैक हो रहा है. क्या लगता है?
तो क्वीन ट्रैप हो जाएगी.
नहीं नहीं, कहीं नहीं ट्रैप होगी. अभी तो मर रही है. हाथी मर रही है. उसके बाद पूरी डायगोनल खाली है. और अगर ये पॉन से नाइट मारोगे तो रुक से क्वीन तो हमेशा मर रहा है दुनिया में. ओके, तो अगर ब्लैक ने, इफ ब्लैक वुडंट हैव कैप्चर्ड क्वीन इनटू B2, तो फिर ये गेम आउट एंड आउट अटैकिंग गेम, पजल गेम, टू गुड टू बी ट्रू, ये सब बातें आती है क्यों? तो ये सब बातें इसीलिए आई है. ऑल दीज थिंग्स हैव कम बिकॉज black did a blunder here by capturing this pawn. This is a clear blunder, let me tell you. And as Sharvi has wrote correctly, we should never capture these pawns which are called as poisoned pawns, because we are not developing our pieces and we are going after pawns or pieces in the beginning. White will punish for sure. White will be punishing us for sure. Queen will not be trapped, but trust me, black will get checkmated here. No, Arjav, bishop d4 is not correct. The knight is also there. So now just enjoy this game. But before that, let me tell you what happens on e6. So even now, if you play e6, it's advantage for white. You have already done one mistake here. And now the game might have proceeded castle, knight to f6, knight c3, e6, queen to a4, bishop d6, trying to do checkmate on h2. अगर तुम जल्दबाजी में इसको मार दो कि पिन तो अब हट गया, तो बिशप d6 चलाया उसने. क्वीन h2 मेट का आइडिया, एक चोर चाल लगाई है. सच मूव्स आर कॉल्ड एज चोर चाल, थीफ मूव्स. सामने वाला ध्यान ना दे, चेकमेट. फिर वो रोज, अरे यार एक चाल की बात हो गई, अरे अब तुम करते रहो जितना भी बेटा, चेस है ये. तो गेम माइट कंटिन्यू. g3, pawn into, and now pawn into. This is clear plus position for white. So coming back to the game, black did a blunder here, and now you have to enjoy the game. Nothing more I can say about it. White played a very simple move, very logical move. Audience, can you find it? Can you guess the move? Very simple move. Let me tell you. Very simple. Please don't play moves like knight d2. Oh, 2-3 people have already written knight d2. No. Very logical, very simple move. Any genius in audience? Bishop to g5. No. Bishop g4 check. No. Come on, audience. You have to be very innovative, very logical. Bishop d4 is very bad. Knight will capture it. Queen d2 is very bad. You are trying to exchange your queen. You have already sacrificed one pawn. You have to keep the queens or you have to do attack. I mean, knight c3 is not correct. He will simply capture your knight with a check as well. Oh, most of you are thinking about rook. Most of you are thinking about rook and you are not thinking about the black king. Forget rook, forget 2-3 pieces, as it is 3 black pieces are inside.
Castle.
Tanishi, well done. Can you believe, the audience, the most logical move here and the very easy move it is, trust me, is castle. Get your king safe. Now there is no queen b4 check as well. Don't worry about the rook, my dear friends. Don't worry at all. Look at his pieces. We'll surely be able to do checkmate here. 110%, I guarantee you. So in the game, the next blunder happened and he captured the rook as well. He's like, wow, full rook. And now, if you believe me or not, there is a checkmate, forced checkmate in not more than 9, 7 to 8 or 9 moves from here. Not more than that. But then you have to play excellent. What is the best move here? He captured the rook also.
Pawn into knight.
The move is very simple. When your bishop is on f3 and this diagonal is so dangerous, why are you not capturing pawn into knight here? Why not? Now don't worry about the queen. Guys, this rook will come and it will threaten checkmate. Look at the pieces inside. Who will save black king? Black queen is also so far. So white played pawn into knight, and this was the time when black actually started to think and he realized that I should have thought earlier. It's all over for me now. I can't do anything in this position. And he did all kind of analysis and he spent some 52 minutes on the clock and he found out that this game has gone from his hands. So I'll just tell you what happened in the game first and then we will come to analysis. So after rook into queen, white played check, in between move check. There is no hurry to capture the rook. And if you play king to d8 or d7, you are a very, 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 very big fool on earth, because I will not only capture your rook with a check, I will promote my, Tanishi, promote my
Pawn into queen.
pawn to queen as well. So king to b8 was played in the game. And now after rook into rook, there is a simple immediate threat of rook d8 checkmate. Can you believe it? How will you stop this idea? Oh my God. There is simple threat of rook d8 checkmate.
So
So
one c6.
play a6. Some people are writing a6. Even then rook d8 is a mate because bishop is controlling your a7 square, my dear students. अब बताओ मजा आया कि नहीं? बिशप e7 भी नहीं आता. तुमने पॉन e6 चला ही नहीं लाइफ में. मतलब यार, और मारो पॉन, और इसको मारो, इसको मारो. अब लोग लिख रहे हैं c6. c6 was played in the game, of course. एंड अभी रुक d8 चेक दोगे अगर, तो ये किंग से b7 पॉन मार लेगा. खतरनाक वाली पॉन मार लेगा ये. तो ऑब्वियसली द करेक्ट मूव फॉर व्हाइट इज, कैन यू नाउ राइट ऑडियंस?
Bishop into pawn.
Yes, very good, Tanishi. Audience, can you write fast? Bishop c6 written by various people. Bishop c6. And again the threat is rook d8 check, king to c7, and pawn promotion, queen checkmate. With my idea of checkmate, queen b5 and bishop f4. So many ideas. So now what will black play? What do you think black played in this position? कुछ भी कर ले आओ. अभी मैं तुम्हें बताऊंगा एनालिसिस में, कोई नहीं. But कुछ भी कर ले वो. He played the move king c7. और अभी अगर तुम रुक d8 खेलोगे, आइडिया b8 क्वीन, तो इट इज कॉल्ड एज थ्रोइंग द विन अवे. सबसे खराब चाल है ये दुनिया में, रुक d8. सबसे खराब चाल. बताएगा कोई? इट्स अ ब्लंडर मूव. व्हाई? ऑडियंस जल्दी बोलो. अरे वाह तन्मय, यू आर राइट. इट्स द मोस्ट वर्स्ट मूव इन द वर्ल्ड. जल्दी बोलो क्यों ऑडियंस. शार्वी, यू आर राइट. और ब्लैक खेलेगा क्वीन इंटू नाइट चेक बैक रेड. और व्हाइट की बात हो गई है. कैन यू बिलीव, कैन यू बिलीव माय डियर फ्रेंड्स, व्हाइट विल गेट चेकमेटेड हियर, बैक रैंक. तो भाई साहब, जल्दबाजी बिल्कुल नहीं करनी है चेस में. खुद की बात का हमेशा ध्यान रखना है. यू हैव टू टेक केयर ऑफ योर ओन चेकमेट एज वेल. So I'll tell you what happened in the game. White played rook d7 check. अब अगर तुम यहां जाओगे तो rook d8 with a check and then pawn promotion queen will happen. तो तुम चाहो तो मैं दिखा देता हूँ. I can show you. Checkmate. Queen c8 is a checkmate. तो इसीलिए इस पोजीशन में उसने क्या किया, उसने इसको मार लिया. बोले यार इसको मार लेते हैं यार, अगर वो क्वीन बनाएगा हम हाथी मार लेंगे, बहुत पीस है हमारे पास. तो नाउ व्हाट डिड व्हाइट डू? कई लोगों ने तो ऑलरेडी लिख दिया है चैट पे. व्हाट इज द मूव हियर?
Pawn promotion knight.
Pawn promotion knight. और पूरा बोलो तनिशी. Pawn promotion knight and
Checkmate.
checkmate it is. And that is why this game is called as too good to be a game and it is considered as more of a puzzle game. ये मेट पोजीशन हुई है भाई साहब. फाइनली नाइट, pawn promotion knight, and the knight supports the rook as well, and all squares are blocked, and it's a checkmate. What a nice game. In just 16 moves black got checkmated. So let's do some analysis, my dear friends, starting from here. After bishop c6, if he plays king c7, we have already seen it. What if he plays queen b2? The idea is rook d8 check, king c7, and now b8 queen is stopped by the queen. What is the idea then? How will white do a checkmate? So here white will play bishop f4 check. My God, the only move is e5, and now bishop e5 check. Deflection, and now rook d8 check, and now queen, pawn promotion queen. Wow, what a nice deflection. So coming back to this analysis, if you play d into c6 and let's say you don't play rook into queen, for example, if you do not capture here and you capture pawn into pawn, then what is the winning idea? Then white wins simple by queen e2. Queen b1, of course, rook is available right now and I have so many threats. So queen b2 is the only move. Bishop c6, no hurry. Now my idea is queen a6 check. And after rook d6, queen a6, king to d8, e5 is the move. My God, so much of attack. Okay. Coming to this position, what if b6 is played here? What if b6? Well, it is simply made by queen a4. Idea queen a6 and queen b7. a5, queen b5, diagonal movement. King b8, what else can you do? Queen a6. And now I can challenge Mr. Rajnikant as well to defend this checkmate. Next move. So my dear friends, I hope you liked the game. Let us do it again very fast. Error number 1, error number 2, and error number 3, and game over. Made. Wow. Okay, so did you enjoy or not? Game number 1. Tanishi, you can speak up. Tanishi, अच्छा लगा कि नहीं आपको गेम?
हाँ sir.
Yes, very good. And audience, you can write in chat. Did you enjoy or not? Right. Yes, sir. Yes. Okay. So now, since this game is a small game and I knew we'll finish it in 20-25 minutes only, I have taken one more game for you. Game number 2. Now today, game number 2 is played in 2007 and it was between Skimlards versus Ronan Harzvi. And they are very unknown kind of players, you know. But why have I chosen this game? Because this game is actually played as a bullet game. It was a 1 minute each kind of a game. So obviously there is no need to analyze this game. I will just show you this game. This game is described by experts as the greatest 2 minutes ever in the history of chess. The greatest 2 minutes ever in the history of chess. That is what is said by experts about this game. So I thought, okay, let me take a small one more game wherein we will not analyze this game at all, but we will just see this game. So it's a bullet game. What is a bullet game? Bullet game is 1 minute each. Both players are given only 1 minute. There is no increment and you have to finish the game. तो 1 minute गेम में क्या होता है, माइक, आपका माउस और क्लिक और इंटरनेट कनेक्शन, ये दे प्ले अ मोर रोल, vital role than your knowledge of chess actually. But anyways, so this game is Skimlards versus Ronan Herzevi 2007 Internet Chess Club, the most immortal bullet game ever. So let's enjoy this game. देखते हैं क्या हुआ. Knight f3, e4, knight c6. अरे वही ओपनिंग है स्टार्टिंग. Knight c3, e5, g3. एक काम करेंगे, इसको अपन ब्लैक से देखते हैं क्योंकि आई थिंक ब्लैक हैज वन दिस गेम, तो मजा आएगा ज्यादा. चलो लेट्स फ्लिप बोर्ड. राइट, बिशप c5, अटैकिंग ऑन f2. शुरू हो गया ये स्टार्ट से. बिशप g2, नाइट f6, नाइट e2, b6, h3, बिशप टू b6, कैसल कैसल. कोई दिक्कत नहीं, बढ़िया चल रहा है अभी तक. नाइट a4 चलना चाहिए उनको, जो उन्होंने नहीं किया. किंग h2, रुक e8, f4. शुरू हो गया वो. अब ये बिशप की डायगोनल खतरनाक बन रही है. मारा, कौन से मार ली. नाइट 6. अब ये शुरू हो गया ब्लैक, कहता मार ले. देखो अब इसमें क्या है कि बुलेट गेम है तो कोई एनालिसिस नहीं है. अगर तुम h इंटू g4 मारोगे, वो क्वीन h4 चेक देगा, तुम बिशप h3 बीच में आओगे, फिर वो बिशप इंटू पॉन मारेगा इस पे अटैक करता हुआ. तुम नाइट g1 खेल सकते हो, यहाँ क्वीन पिटा सकते हो. मतलब ये सब एनालिसिस की बातें हैं. और बुलेट गेम में कुछ नहीं होता है, जो हाथ में आया चलो. तो उसने खेला नाइट g4, ही प्लेड किंग g3. उसने मारा ही नहीं. बोले ठीक है अटैक आएगा, पता नहीं क्या होगा. किंग g3, कोई बात नहीं. प्रॉब्लम क्या है अब यार, तुमको विश्वास तुमको विश्वास ही नहीं होगा क्या खेला ब्लैक ने. तो नाइट f2, क्वीन अटैक हो रही है. तो उसने मार लिया रुक से, क्योंकि बिशप का सपोर्ट है लेकिन किंग का भी सपोर्ट है, तो उसने मार दिया रुक इंटू f2. क्या प्रॉब्लम है लाइफ में, मार लिया. ओके, सब कुछ ठीक है, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. अच्छा ओ, तन्मय और शार्वी ने ऑलरेडी लिख दिया मूव. कैन यू बिलीव? क्वीन टू h4 was played in the game. The greatest 2 minutes in the history of chess. Queen h4 check, free of cost. तो वो किंग h2 भी आ सकता है आराम से, और फिर एक एक्सचेंज ही मरेगा, लेकिन नहीं, उसने कहा मारूंगा मैं. एंड नाउ बिशप f2 चेक. अब ये स्क्वायर ब्लॉक, किंग g5 h5 आओगे तो पॉनों की चेक आएगी, कुछ कुछ होगा. तो उसने खेला नाइट g3, विच इज वेरी 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 करेक्ट मूव. और यहाँ पे अगर तुम कंप्यूटर पे लगाओगे इस गेम को, यूट्यूब पे तुम्हारे पास ये वीडियो हमेशा रहना ही है, तो ये +6 देता है कंप्यूटर. यहाँ पे व्हाइट इज विनिंग हेयर. यहाँ मेट हो ही नहीं सकती व्हाइट के ऊपर. क्यों? क्योंकि तुम क्वीन विन पिटा चुके. अटैक में तुम्हारा कोई पीस है ही नहीं, उसका घोड़ा यहीं पड़ा है. ज्यादा कुछ करोगे, क्वीन h5, क्वीन g4 पिटा लेगा वो क्वीन. तुम तो फ्री में क्वीन पिटाए हो. +6 दे रहा है कंप्यूटर यहाँ. तो ऑब्वियसली व्हाइट ने गलती करी आगे जाके. अब देखो ब्लैक ने क्या किया. रुक e6, आइडिया रुक h6 चेक आ रही. कुछ कुछ वो तो बुलेट गेम है, उसको तो अटैक लगाना है. एंड नाउ कम्स द एरर. Instead of playing queen to h5, which is a winning move here, +6.7, white played king g4. उसको लगा यार यहाँ से आ जाऊंगा वापस, क्वीन मारी हुई है, बस खत्म, फटाफट वापस आ जाऊंगा. And here comes the move knight d4, which is almost impossible to find in bullet game. Almost impossible. उसने घर रोक दिया. He did not come in the temptation of a discovered check. He said, I'll give it later, but first let me block the square. King f3 retreat. Let me block it. क्योंकि यहाँ आके फिर चेक दूंगा तो f2 मारने की कोशिश करेगा. अदरवाइज e2 आके f1 आ जाएगा, फिर तो कुछ होगा. तो he played knight d4. And now after f5, audience, what is the move here? What is the good move by black? Arey Tanmay, well done. You are on the right path. Arisha Jain, well done. Pradosh, well done. Wow, what a nice audience. Aarti ma'am, well done. Sharvi, well done. Wow, very nice. Tanishi, can you find the check here? Tanishi, there is a socket, well done. There is a check by the rook.
Sir, rook g6.
Rook g6 check because the pawn cannot capture. As you can see, it is pinned by the bishop. Rook g6, what a nice check it is. And now let me tell you, even here, if white had played king to h5, this game would have been a draw. Because after rook h6, king g4, rook g6, king h5, rook h6, there is nothing better. Let me tell you. But of course, bullet game is a bullet game. And white played the move king f4. And now black will slowly and gradually take the advantage. The rook is attacked. So first play rook into g3. Now computer says minus 2.5. Rook into g3. Now obviously the pieces are in attack and the king's position is very bad. So what happened in the game was queen f1 attacking the bishop. And audience, now can you find a forced checkmate sequence here? Forced checkmate. What is the move? Check, 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 checkmate. How can anyone play a game like this in bullet? Forced checkmate. What is the move? G5. Yes, of course. There is no other check. G5 check. And of course, as you can see, everything is blocked. Is it a checkmate? My dear students, is it a checkmate? No.
1 and 2.
So what is the defense of G5? What can white do?
F into g6.
And there is a rule called, what is the name of the rule?
M%.
N% rule. People who don't know, N%. This pawn can capture the G6 like this. N% rule. जब मैंने पास वाली pawn को 2 घर चलाया है, and if there is a pawn on the 5th rank, it can capture like this. चलो यहाँ तक हो गया. And now black played check. अब कहाँ जाओगे? Any square available? King to f5, only square. Double check, knight g7. Double check. Bishop की भी check है, knight की भी check है. कहाँ जाओगे बताओ? f4 और f6 दो square available है. कहाँ जाओगे?
f6.
f6. अगर f4 जाओगे तो can you find the mate here? There is a one move checkmate. Knight h5. Well done, audience. Sharvi, very good. Knight h5 is a checkmate. Well done. So coming back, knight g7. In the game, he played king f6. Wow. अब कौन सी correct check है? अब कौन सी correct check है? Get your rook in the game.
Rook into pawn.
Rook into pawn. Yes. Well done. कहाँ जाएगा white? एक ही घर है?
e7.
e7. Well done. अब कौन सी, ये सब बुलेट में हुआ है. अब कहाँ चलेगा black?
Rook e6 check.
Rook e6 check. Can you believe, my dear friends? Can you believe this game has happened in the bullet? Can you believe? Rook e6 check. The king came to d8. मतलब यार white का king यहाँ आके मात खाए, उसकी queen भी जिंदा रहे. I mean, wow, what a game. Then now, no, rook e8 is very bad. तुम हार जाओगे. यही तो होता है बेटा चेस में. ओहो, हार जाओगे. वो king से c7 pawn मार लेगा. फिर तो मात नहीं हो, वो d6 भी मार लेगा. ध्यान से खेलो. What is the move which was played in the game? अगर तुम्हें मेट करनी है तो बिशप h4 मेट है. मैं तुम्हें बताता हूँ मेट. बिशप h4 मेट होगी. रुक को यही रखो जिससे d6 सपोर्ट पे रहे. तो बिशप h4, किंग इंटू पॉन, और अब नाइट e8 इज अ चेक। ये क्लियर मेट है। अगर तुम्हें मेट करनी है चेक चेक, दिस इज अ चेक मेट। बट दिस डिज नॉट हैपन इन द गेम। ऑब्वियसली बुलेट है तो ऐसा थोड़ी है, उसको तो रुक e8 ही करनी है, लेकिन किंग c7 मार रहा है, तो व्हाट इज अ मूव? चेक जरूरी नहीं है, व्हाट इज अ मूव, इसको डिफाइन करो।
Bishop b6.
बिशप b6 was played in the game. बिशप b6 was played in the game. वाओ यार, व्हाट अ गेम इट इज। सपोर्ट हो गया, और c6 c7 का डिस्कवर का भी आइडिया है। आज नहीं तो कल वो भी मेट लग सकती है। बताओ यार कैसा खेल है ये। तो वाइट इज ऑल्सो वेरी स्मार्ट, उसने पता है क्या खेला? नाइट d5। अब क्या मूव है?
Mate है, rook e8.
Rook e8 game, in the game it was played, and this becomes one of the most immortal game in the history of bullet chess. Do you agree or not, audience? है कि नहीं जबरदस्त गेम, इमॉर्टल गेम इन द हिस्ट्री ऑफ बुलेट चेस।
Yes, sir.
अब इसमें मजे की बात पता है क्या है? मैं तुम्हें बताता हूँ मजा। इसमें मजे की बात ये है कि अगर मैं इसकी एनालिसिस देखूं ना यहाँ पे, तो क्वीन b5 बहुत जबरदस्त चाल है वाइट की। क्वीन टू b5, वो आइडिया क्या है? रुक e8 भी बचा गया, और c6 करोगे तो क्वीन से बिशप मार लेगा वो तो तैयार बैठा है, क्वीन ले ले, हाथी ले ले, बहुत माल है अपने पास, बस मात बच जाए किसी दिन। अब इसमें एनालिसिस में मैंने देखा बहुत जबरदस्त मूव है यहाँ पे मेट करने की, ऑलमोस्ट इम्पॉसिबल टू फाइंड, और वो मूव है किंग f8। ओ माय गॉड, डर ही लगे ऐसी चाल चलने में कि यार हम कुछ तो कर नहीं रहे, उसके पास तो क्वीन है। तो किंग f8 का आइडिया है रुक e7, और रुक e7 के बाद में आइडिया है सिंपल सिंपल, बिशप उठ के डिस्कवर, रुक का मेट होगा, नाइट e6 मेट होगा, ये सारे आइडियाज। तो मेरे को पहले इधर सपोर्ट लेके आना है, इधर सपोर्ट लेके आना है डिस्कवर बिशप का लगाने के लिए। तो किंग f8 भगवान चाला, अब तुम कुछ भी कर लो दुनिया में, मतलब अगर तुम क्वीन इंटू b6 भी मारोगे ना, तो भी आई विल नॉट कैप्चर योर क्वीन, आई विल सिंपली प्ले रुक e7। कर लो तुम क्या करना है तुम्हें। मेरा आइडिया है नाइट e6, मेरा आइडिया है बिशप इंटू पॉन, रुक डिस्कवर चेकमेट। जो मर्जी करके बता दो मुझे, अब कोई मेट रोक के बता दो इस पोजीशन में, फाइट से कुछ भी चल रहा है, यू कांट स्टॉप चेकमेट नेक्स्ट मूव। दो आइडिया है मेरे। अगर तुम क्वीन b7 या क्वीन a7 मारोगे मेरे रुक को अटैक करते हुए, तो नाइट e6 चेकमेट। अगर तुम क्वीन d6 मारोगे कि यार नाइट पे मार दूंगा मैं, तो मैं बिशप को दूर हटा के रुक मेट करूंगा। कैन यू बिलीव? आई एम नॉट इंटरेस्टेड इन कैप्चरिंग योर क्वीन एट ऑल। ये आइडियाज हैं इस गेम में यार। कहा मैंने उसका किंग d8 पे बुला के। गेटिंग इट गाइस? समझ में आ रहा है? एंड नाउ वेल डन, आई विल गो टू द मूव ऑफ द डे, जो भगवान चाल है। मतलब यार अगर तुम में से कोई ये क्रैक कर दे, सुपर जीनियस, वाइट टू प्ले एंड विन, वाइट टू प्ले एंड विन। अर्जुन, आई विल शो यू आफ्टर द लाइव सेशन, वाइट टू प्ले एंड विन। अगर तुम में से कोई मूव ऑफ द डे, तो अब प्रॉब्लम ये है कि ये बहुत ही जबरदस्त है, दिस इज अमेजिंग मूव ऑफ द डे, and the problem is that I don't know between whom two players this position occurred. I did my best to find out, but this position I was shown in 1990 or 1991 when I was at the peak of my Rajasthan Chess Championship and national level player and all these kind of things. So I tried to remember. I remember this position, but I could not could not do the research of the name of the players. White to play and win is the position. Can you believe the idea? Most of you are already writing the move rook into f8, and it is a very bad move. And after king f8, this pawn is very dangerous. White cannot win this position. It's not possible for white to win. This is a very danger pawn. At best, white can draw. At best. So coming back to original position, what to do then? Trust me, guys, it is almost impossible. White to play and win. Rook to g7, some of you are writing, he will simply capture it. King into g7, then what? Rook G1 check, King H6. Now nothing. He has got a rook as well and this pawn as well, knight as well. Black win. Finish. White to play and win. Pradosh has written a move actually, and it's a very, very interesting move. Okay, very interesting. Pradosh, what a nice player from USA. Right. Very interesting move. I don't know whether he has worked out the variations or not, but his move is very interesting. H6 is written by Shreya. Very interesting move. H6. Then rook into rook will happen. Now Arjun has also written a move, and the interesting move is rook h8. Move number 1. Can you believe? My God, what? So after rook into rook, will you believe me if I say that black will get checkmated here? Rook f1 check. Everything is blocked. You will have to play king g8. And now all of a sudden, this rook is, you are extra, but it is stupid rook. I call it such rooks as stupid rooks. Now what is the winning move here? King e8, king e7 is written by various people. Idea is rook f8 checkmate. But this is a wrong move. You will lose the game if you play king e8 because black will play h6 and there is a square available to hide, and all of a sudden the rook again becomes active and this pawn again becomes dangerous. So coming back to this position, rook h8, rook into rook f1 check, king g8. Now the winning move is Anant, well done. Anant has joined us. Okay. Tanmay, well done. तन्मय वेल डन. तन्मय का नाम है TNMAY तन्मय, और इसका नाम बदल देना चाहिए और बोलना चाहिए सिन्मय अपॉन कॉस्मे, बिकॉज सिन अपॉन कॉस इज tan ट्रिग्नोमेट्री. तो सिन्मय अपॉन कॉस्मे विल बिकम तन्मय. वाओ, व्हाट अ नाइस आइडिया. The move here is written by now almost everyone. On h6 is the move. Don't let him play h6. You play h6. The idea is now king e8, the knight is very far. And if the knight goes to c4 or b5, play king e7. Don't e8. Don't get check from knight. And then after king e7, rook f8 is the check. So h6. What a nice move it is. Brilliant move it is. And even if you capture, the winning move is king e7. Idea is rook g1 checkmate now. Not rook f8, but rook g1. So even if this guy plays king g7 and he tries to run away, well, rook g1 is still a checkmate. What a nice move of the day. Amazing. Got it, guys, all of you?
Yes,
Right. So some students are asking, what if g6? So even if you play g6 here, I will still play king e7. Even if you play g6, king e7. And now rook f8 is the move next mate for sure. Okay, b2. So somebody is saying, when rook h8, rook into h8, rook f1 check, king to g8, h6. And now if you want to play b2 in this position, so even if you play b2 here, king e7 is the move. Idea is rook f8.
queen is of no use.
You want to make b1 queen, you can. I don't have any objection. Rook f8 is the mate. So b2, king e7. And if you capture here, then rook g1 is a mate. Got it, guys, all of you? So coming back, rook h8. The moment you capture, then rook f1 h6 will lead to checkmate for sure. So best move of black here is rook d8 check. This is the best defense of black. At least you will not get checkmated. But of course, white will have two rooks then. And after simple rook into rook, simple. If you play b2 here, then rook f1 is a checkmate. So right now you can't play b2, you have to play king f6, rook f8, rook f1 check. No, hold on, rook f8 check. And after king to g5, h6, g into h6, rook g1 check. And after king to h4, rook g8. I'm not worried of your pawn. I'm playing for a checkmate idea. And now rook h1 is my idea. Two rook checkmates. Okay, coming back, rook h8. So Anand wants to write something. Anand, please write. What do you want to say now after rook h8? You want to say b2 right now? अभी खेलना है क्या b2? Yes, Anand? Yes, okay. So if you play b2 now, it's a very bad move, Anand. Rook f1 is a straight checkmate one move. Check and mate. That is my actual idea of playing rook h8. No, I am trying to stop the king g8 square. If I give check first, you will capture king into rook. I saved my rook, and rook f1 is my idea. So you can't play b2 right now. Got it, Anand? Okay, my dear friends, well done. Coming to our homework question, which I gave in the last session, and nobody has given the correct answer. मेरे पैसे बचाए आप लोगों ने, but आप please भेजा करो. और टफ था ये वाला. The question was आपको ये position लेके आनी है. You have to get this position in exact 5 moves. In exact 5 moves, you have to get this position. ये homework question था. आप व्हाइट से कुछ भी चलाओ, ब्लैक से कुछ भी चलाओ, बट गेट दिस पोजीशन इन एग्जैक्ट 5 मूव्स. आफ्टर 5 मूव्स ऑफ व्हाइट एंड ब्लैक, यू शुड गेट दिस पोजीशन ऑन बोर्ड. तो ये थोड़ा डिफिकल्ट है. तनिशी, आपने किया कि नहीं?
तो मैंने सोचा था लेकिन नहीं हुआ.
नहीं हुआ. ओके. आई हैव नॉट गॉट एनी आंसर्स ऑफ इट. और अब मैं आपको इसका आंसर बताता हूँ. थोड़ा डिफिकल्ट है. e4 h5, एक चाल हो गई. क्वीन इनटू a5, दो चालें हो गई. क्वीन इनटू, दोनों उसकी ए और एच पॉन गायब थी, हमने मार दी क्वीन से. अब प्रॉब्लम इसमें सब कुछ ठीक है. प्रॉब्लम है ये नाइट कैसे पिटता है. इसी नाइट को पिटाने की प्रॉब्लम है लाइफ में, और कोई दिक्कत नहीं है. यही नाइट का प्रॉब्लम आता है बस. ये नाइट कहाँ मरेगा, बाकी सब हो जाता है. तो अब देखो अभी कैसे पिटता है ये नाइट. अब ब्लैक खेलेगा भगवान चाल, रुक h3. 3 चालें हो गई अभी तक. अब व्हाइट खेलेगा नाइट a3. क्यों? क्योंकि उसको पिटाना है, तो मारेगा. 4 चाल हो गई. और अब फाइनली वो ये रुक मार लेगा, और वो इसी रुक से क्वीन मार लेगा. ओए यार, ये क्या बात है यार. ये जो रुक 8 पे पड़ा है, इसको देख के तुम्हें लगता नहीं है कि ये इतना शांति से बैठा है. कितना नॉटी रुक है ये. व्हाट अ नॉटी लेवल, नॉटी रुक he is not the original rook of 8. He is actually the rook which has come from h8, h3, a3 वाले नाइट को खा गया, and he captured the queen on. by gods. और देखो कितना भोला सा दिख रहा है तुम्हें. तुम्हें दिखने में ऐसा लग नहीं रहा होगा कि ये वही आती है जो यहाँ से इतना कुछ खा पी के इधर आके शांति से आके बैठ गया. मैंने क्या किया, व्हाट डिड आई डू. एक तो वैसे बैठा ही है. बताओ यार. वापस देखो, वापस वापस एक और बार. तो e4 h5, queen h5, a5, queen a5, rook h3, knight to a3, rook a3, queen a8, and rook a8. We have got the position which we wanted in exact 5 moves. बताओ my dear friends, do you enjoy or not? मजा आया कि नहीं?
हाँ सर.
हाँ, वेरी गुड. तो अभी मैं आपको एक होमवर्क दे रहा हूँ. प्लीज राइट द आंसर. वेडनेसडे तक आपको मेल करना है, और नेक्स्ट संडे वील हैव द सेशन. और वेडनेसडे तक आप मेल कीजिए. मेल किस पे करना है आपको पता है क्या? मेल आईडी चैट पे लिखता हूँ मैं. chess with Gaurav Bakliwal @gmail.com. chesswithgauravbakliwal@gmail.com. Gmail क्यों लिया मैंने? क्योंकि आई एम अ मेल, आई एम बॉय. शार्वी होती, तनिशी होती तो उनको लेना होता gfemale.com, तो उनका मेल आईडी ऐसा होता. तो chesswithgauravbakliwal@gmail.com. प्लीज मेल योर आंसर्स बाय वेडनेसडे. फॉर टॉप 3 करेक्ट आंसर्स को 100 रुपीज का गूगल पे प्राइज दिया जाएगा. इन योर मेल प्लीज राइट योर जीपे नंबर एज वेल. अब आप बोलोगे होमवर्क क्या है सर, क्वेश्चन तो बताओ. ये आपने बात बहुत सही कही है, और ये रहा आपके सामने क्वेश्चन. तो क्वेश्चन ये पूछा गया है, दिस पोजीशन इज देयर ऑन द बोर्ड एंड it is white to play in this position, but question ये पूछा गया है, is this position a legal position? क्या ये position board पे आ सकती है? Is it a legal position? तो आपको केवल आंसर बताना है yes it is legal with your reasoning, और अगर आपको लगता है no it is not legal, then you have to give a reasoning for that as well. correct reasoning के साथ में आप भेजिए मेल. 100 rupees prize. Very easy question I have put in for you this time. थोड़ा भी सोचोगे ना ध्यान से तो आप क्रैक कर लोगे ये. The question is this position a legal? Can this position occur on the chessboard? बहुत ध्यान से देखिए आप. If I can give you some hint, ये जो पॉन है ये पक्का यहाँ से आई है, ये वाली पॉन यहाँ से आई है, ये वाली पॉन यहाँ से आई है, ऐसा हुआ होगा. तो आप दिमाग लगाओ और सोच के बताओ कि क्या ऐसा ये पोजीशन बोर्ड पे आ सकती है. Got it? Question clear है तनिशी आपको?
Sir.
Right. तो audience, any question if you have want to ask anything in the chat? Okay, चलो तो तनिशी.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, dear Gaurav, sir, to give me this opportunity to volunteer at the event. I enjoyed very much, and it was great fun to interact with you as well as the lovely audience. It really gave me a nice platform to learn chess with you, as well as to remove the fear of speaking in public platforms. Thank you, sir. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Tanishi. Thank you, audience. Thank you very much.